What if the anger rising inside you isn't even yours? What if it's a lure, carefully placed, perfectly baited, and each time you erupt, someone else cashes in on your reaction? Imagine this. You step into a high-stakes meeting. Chairs roll, laptops click, the air is thin with judgment. A colleague leans back, lets a slow smile spread, and drops a line like, "Looks like this project will tank, just like the last one." A few shallow laughs ripple across the room. Your chest tightens, heat surges to your face, your pulse drums in your ears. Every part of you wants to pounce. Here's the catch. The moment you surrender control, the outcome is already decided. That's the manipulator's favorite game. They rarely shout. They don't need to. They plant micro hooks, an offhand joke, an exaggerated sigh, a theatrical shrug, a harmless dig, and then wait for you to water their seed with your rage. A Stoic lesson says it plainly. We are not upended by events themselves, but by the judgments we attach to them. So pause and ask, what if your anger isn't truly your own? What if each outburst is a string pulled from outside of you? An invisible hand nudging you like a marionette? And then the real question, how do you cut those strings and take back the controls? Stay with me, because over the next few minutes you'll learn a Stoic defense that turns silence into leverage, calm into a shield, and every manipulator into the architect of their own downfall. Welcome to Stoicism Drive, where ancient wisdom meets modern pressure. If you're new here, subscribe now so you never miss the next practice that can reshape how you handle conflict, pressure, and provocation in every area of life. Part 1. The Psychology of Manipulators. Why they want you angry. Manipulators do not jab at your body, they target your judgment. They don't throw punches, they tweak emotions. Sometimes it sounds like guilt baiting. After everything I've done for you, you're really going to walk away? Sometimes it's passive aggression. Fine. Do whatever you want, followed by the slam of a door or a meaningful eye roll. The most slippery form wears false concern. People are saying you're too sensitive. Notice the pattern. They don't need ironclad logic. They don't need to be right. They only need you to lose your center. Anger is a brief madness. When it surges, reason buckles, your voice sharpens, your face burns, your heartbeat spikes. In that moment, you stop being fully yourself. You become easy to steer, swayed by every nudge. This is the board they play on. In the chess match of power, the player who loses composure first forfeits the position. The manipulator doesn't need to deliver a brilliant checkmate. They only need you to tip your own king in a storm of reactivity. The world is littered with examples. Careers torched by an impulsive outburst. Relationships shattered by a single public meltdown. Reputations gutted not by a worthy opponent, but by a sloppy, uncontrolled reaction. Now look at the opposite. Think of the people who hold steady when the temperature in the room is rising, their tone even, their posture relaxed, their words measured, their breathing unhurried. The louder the pressure, the quieter their power becomes. By the end, respect appears almost against the crowd's will, not for blazing comebacks, but for the unwavering refusal to be yanked around. Here's the truth. Manipulators are fueled by your explosions. When you refuse to detonate, you starve them, which leads to the question that matters. If calm is the ultimate shield, how do you train it when your insides feel like a wildfire? Part 2. The Golden 10 Seconds. Flip the balance of power. An attack lands, a jab, an insult, a smirk designed to puncture your composure. Your reflex is to counterpunch. The Stoic answer is the opposite. Stop, breathe, count, silently. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. It sounds almost too simple, like something a teacher would tell a child. But those 10 seconds are a weapon most adults never master. Here's what truly happens. A stinging remark floods your system with stress chemistry. Your heart gallops, your fists want to clench, your attention narrows into tunnel vision. Logic goes dim, and the urgent part of you lunges for the wheel. You are moments away from giving up your freedom. Now picture choosing differently. Inhale deliberately, let the breath expand your ribs, and release it longer than you took it in. Whisper to yourself, this is the trap. Name it so it cannot own you. As your breath slows, Your inner storm downgrades. Space opens. Your peripheral vision returns. The room gets wider. You can think again. 10 seconds seems tiny, but 10 seconds can save a conversation, salvage a reputation, rescue an entire day. Anger is easy. Stillness is rare. Many people cannot endure 3 heartbeats of silence without filling it with heat. Manipulators count on that impatience. If you can wait, if you remain steady while the thunder rolls inside, you flip the battlefield. The bait sours. The script malfunctions. Power returns to you. Here's your drill. The next time someone tries to bait you, freeze the response. Don't reply yet. Don't defend. Don't explain. Breathe. Count. Label the tactic. This is the trap. Let the seconds do their work. Those 10 quiet beats build an invisible shield. With practice, they make you very hard to move. Part 3. Glitch the matrix. Break their code. Manipulation runs on a hidden program. Every sigh, every guilt trip, every backhanded compliment is a line of code. If you react, the software runs as designed. You become the villain they wrote into their scene. So how do you crash the program? Use 3 words. I'll think about it. Plain, calm, neutral. It's not dramatic. And that's the point. They expect outrage. They expect you to defend yourself, to spill explanations, to swim in their current. Instead, you give them nothing to grab. Picture it. After everything I've done for you, you owe me. Your voice stays level. I'll think about it. They come back harder. You're selfish. You ruined my day. Same tone, same pace. I'll think about it. Watch what happens in their face. A flicker of confusion. A flash of frustration. Their code relies on your guilt and your reactivity for power. When you answer with neutrality, the motor starts. The machine sputters. This isn't about one magic sentence. It's about detachment, a core Stoic insight. An insult harms only when you accept it. When you swallow it as truth, you are not obligated to battle every accusation, nor to give a speech every time someone demands one. Neutrality is not weakness, it is composure. You don't need the perfect comeback. Often the strongest move is no move, just a steady voice, a brief phrase, and a refusal to climb into the ring. Part 4. Emotional immunity, the final shield. Here is the piece most people miss. Manipulators can only control what you donate. Not with chains, not with threats, by renting your reactions. Every time you erupt, they win. Every time you over-justify, they win. Every time you explain yourself into exhaustion, placing your emotional steering wheel in their hands, they win. The Stoic path is simple to describe, challenging to practice. Choose immunity, not numbness, not coldness, ownership. Feel what you feel, but refuse to be owned by it. A timeless maxim says the greatest power is self-command. That means you owe no one your immediate reaction, no anger on demand, no tears on cue, not even your words when someone tries to force them out of you. Visualize a shield forged not from steel, but from silence. Insults strike and fall lifeless. Guilt trips collide and crumble into dust. The manipulator swings harder, desperate to hit something, but the shield doesn't fracture. This is emotional immunity. You remain warm and human, but unshakable. You are open to reason, closed to provocation. If someone shows a clear path to truth, you adapt. If they merely tug at your feelings to control you, you remain as you are. Modern life demonstrates this again and again. People who survive storms are rarely perfect, they are simply steady. The public respects resilience, even grudgingly, because resilience is rare. And resilience begins the moment you stop outsourcing your peace to other people's tactics. Ask yourself, how many hours have evaporated into arguments you didn't need to have? How much of your mental space has been rented out to unworthy provocations? How many nights of sleep did you hand away because you felt compelled to answer a low blow or defend a distorted story? The Stoic answer is liberation. You owe no reaction. Immunity does not mean isolation. It means boundaries. It means you decide when to speak, what to answer, and how much energy to invest. It means remembering you have 3 priceless levers: attention, time, and emotion. Manipulators want the bundle. You learn to keep the keys. Part 5. Stoicism in real life. scripts and scenes you can use. At work, a manager says, "You're never on time." Most people snap into debate mode. You breathe, give yourself the golden 10 seconds. Then reply evenly, "I'll think about it." If a follow-up comes, so you admit you're late, you keep the same tone. "I'll review my schedule." Not surrender, control. You decide when and how to problem solve after you've cooled. Not while someone tries to spike your adrenaline. In meetings, a teammate takes a dig. Let's hope this plan lasts longer than the previous one. Step 1. Breath and count. Step 2. Detach. Then choose a neutral redirect. Let's map milestones and risks. You avoid the trap of defend the past and move the conversation toward clarity and accountability. At home, a partner sighs, "You never care about me." Instead of exploding or collapsing, ask a calm question that invites facts. "Can you give me a specific example from this week?" Truth loves specificity. When accusations dissolve in detail, the game collapses. If real needs surface, you can address them without the fog of accusation. With family, a relative says, "After all I've done, you owe us your decision." Your response, "I'll think about it." If they escalate, "So you don't care about family?" Repeat, "I'll think about it," or "I'll get back to you tomorrow." You're not cold, you're refusing to sign a contract under duress. Online, a cruel comment lands under your post. Two doors appear, argue endlessly, or starve it of oxygen. Most trolls cannot breathe where there is no attention. Your silence is not defeat, it's conservation of power. With friends, a joking, "You're so sensitive," lands like a slap. Name the tactic quietly in your mind. This is the trap. Then choose, ignore, redirect, or set a boundary later in private. Not every jab deserves your stage time. In negotiations, threats, deadlines, and fake urgency are common tools. Practice the pause. Ask clarifying questions. Use simple, firm phrases. "I'll review and follow up." Please put that in writing. "I don't make decisions under pressure." You're not being difficult, you're insisting on clarity. When you mess up, Stoicism isn't about pretending you're right. It's about being unshakable while you seek what's right. If someone offers a clear, reasoned point, thank them and adjust. If someone only pokes your feelings to get a reaction, let the shield hold. Across these scenes, the rule repeats. You cannot control their tone, their stories, or their tactics. You can always control your response window, your words, and your willingness to play. That is Stoicism, not as a slogan, but as muscle memory. Part 6. Training the Shield. Daily practices that stick. To make this real under pressure, rehearse when the stakes are low. Micro pauses during the day, before you answer a message or speak in a heated thread. Take one deliberate breath, then type or talk. Label the trigger. Silently name it: bait, guilt, dig, urgency, play. Labels shrink monsters. Pre-commit phrases. Keep 2 or 3 neutral lines ready. "I'll think about it." "Let's circle back after I review." Please be specific. When you're calm, write them down and practice saying them slowly. Body posture. Shoulders down, jaw unclenched, slow exhale. The body teaches the mind. Boundary scripts. I don't discuss this by text. I won't continue if we're trading insults. We can revisit when everyone's calm. End of day review. Where did you hold the shield? Where did it slip? No self-attack, just adjustments for tomorrow. With these micro drills, composure stops being a theory and becomes a reflex. You build quiet strength one deliberate breath at a time. Part 7. The Quiet Advantage. When you remain calm, some will call you cold or claim you're dodging. But stillness is not avoidance, it's precision. You're choosing clarity over chaos. When you remain silent, some assume you've lost. In reality, you've already drained their power source, your reactivity. The Stoic does not win by loudness but by steadiness. By guarding attention, time, and emotion like treasure. Eventually, those who expected a brawl end up shadow boxing with their own noise. And here's a final reflection. How many times did you feel you had to answer immediately? As if the world would end if you waited 10 seconds? How many conversations improved because you delayed your reaction long enough to find the truer one? Imagine stacking 100 of those choices together. Imagine a year of them. That's a life built on inner jurisdiction, your mind, your rules. Conclusion: your move. The next time someone pokes, prods, or parades a bait in front of you, do the unexpected. Pause for 10 seconds. Let your breath set the pace. Feel your face soften. Watch the script fall apart without your participation. Then choose neutrality, a clarifying question, or a boundary. Calm isn't passive. Calm is power. If this resonated, hit like, subscribe to Stoicism Drive, and comment below with, "I choose calm." Share this video with someone who needs a shield today. Let's spread quiet strength and make composure the new superpower.